person living in Melbourne, who plays some hockey and some football. Over the past year and a half, I've fallen in love with the game of hockey. It started with the PWHL, followed up with the Kraken, and then I joined Southern Lights, and now I play all the time. So yeah, that's who I am. It's basically hockey and football. That's pretty much all about me.
How did you find hockey?
So it was through Instagram. I saw a post about the PWHL opening night back last year, January 1, and talking about how amazing it was as this new women's league, how they broke some records, how they had sellout crowds, and that's how I found hockey again. I lived in the US, and so I had a bit of influence of hockey there, but it wasn't until I saw PWHL that I was like, oh, actually hockey's really, really cool. And then turned out my best friend plays hockey, and we were at a picnic one afternoon, and she mentioned she was playing. I was like, can I come along and watch you play? And then turns out she's really, really, really good goalie. And I was sitting there watching it at Ice HQ, and I was just like, I can play hockey in Melbourne? So not only is it a really cool league over in the US, the PWHL, I can play hockey in Melbourne. And then once I saw Eleanor do that, I was just like, I have to play. And then that's how I found it in Melbourne.
What's it like being trans and playing sport?
I think it's scary sometimes. And I mentioned this to my football coach last year when they wanted me to be playing as a full forward, and I was like, no, I want to play as a full back, because there's always this element of, if I do something really good out there, am I going to do it in front of the wrong person and get sort of a little bit of anger towards me? And there's a little bit of fear there. I think that's disappeared quite a lot with hockey. We play in a mixed gender team. It's I think mostly due to numbers. It's what's available in Melbourne. There's a couple of women's leagues, a couple of men's leagues, but for the most part we play in mixed league, and I think that's really helped me get comfortable as well. But yeah, there's always that fear that I might accidentally do something really good, and then that's gonna end up with the wrong outcome. So there's a little bit that I try and hide, but I also just want to show off as well.
What's the biggest challenge for a trans person to play ice hockey, do you think?
I think getting that confidence that you are welcome in hockey. I know myself, I was a little bit scared to go out there at first, but I think seeing my friends play there and seeing people at the highest level in Australia as well, being out there on the ice, it really, really helped me. And I was like, okay, well, they're welcome there, so I'm welcome there. And you look at clubs like the Southern Lights where I play, they really put forward an inclusive club where you get to play regardless of who you are, and what matters most is that you go out there and you have fun and you show respect to yourself, to your teammates, and to your opponents. And I think that's a really great place to start finding yourself in hockey. But yeah, I think I came from footy. I'd gotten a little bit of confidence in that, and I was just like, yeah, I'm just gonna play hockey. It's mixed. I don't have to worry so much about all the political side of things that tends to come up. So yeah, I'm just doing energy drink at the moment. Generally takes about an hour before the game.
Yep.
Because it's hockey, you lose a lot of liquids in your body. You need to replenish pretty good. So I use Athena, which is designed for women. Really good one, love it. Only protein powder that I've actually been able to drink and not throw up. Yeah, legit. It's a water, it's not milk-based, and I love that. And once I've done this, I'll get my hockey stuff ready.
Have you had any trouble being trans and playing?
No, and I think that's probably been really lucky with the club that we play at, with the league we play at. I think in hockey itself, because there's such a high barrier to entry, you kind of get this respect the moment you enter the ice for the first time. Like, everyone on the ice knows how hard it is to learn how to skate. They know how hard it is to learn how to stick handle. They know how hard it is to put them both together. And so I think when you walk on that ice, or step on that ice, or fall onto that ice the first time, everyone kind of respects you already. And so I haven't had any trouble being trans on the ice, but yeah.
How long have you been playing for?
I started skating in April last year. I think I watched my best friend play, then I went to a skate thing. They had one night, it was like a Taylor Swift theme event. I was like, Taylor Swift, hockey, I'm gonna go. So yeah, and then I was like, I actually really love this. I went and watched the Australian Women's Ice Hockey League, and I was like, this is really cool. I saw Shauna Godfrey score a penalty shot, and I was just like, that is amazing. I love her. I want to be her. And then, yeah, I started skating. I went out and I did the development team lessons things out at Ice HQ. Basically, they have a group where you have your beginners and Div 8 and 9 skaters, and you go learn how to play hockey out there, and I did that for a couple of terms. And then I joined the team in September. I think we played our first game in November though. And then, yeah, I've played 12 games now, or 12 games in that league. I've played 20 games all up. I've played Women's League, I've played, I filled in for higher divs and all that sort of stuff as well. But yeah, I'm less than a year.
Crazy.
Yeah.
It's obviously grand final today.
Yeah.
Is a big part of why we're here. How excited are you for the grand final?
I'm pretty excited. I think where the team came from the start of the year, it's a really big achievement for us. I know a lot of the team, they played last year and they weren't getting wins, they were getting beat pretty badly. And so I think more for the team than anything else, like it's really exciting that they get to play in a grand final and they get to experience that. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. Like there's gonna be more people there. It's gonna be fun. I just want to score a goal. You've got to go in the order that I put stuff on. So chest goes in first because that's always the last thing I put on, and then shin. Really like the elbows. And yeah, I'm not very organised with how I actually put everything in there. I just throw it in because I don't need organisation. And gloves. And I double check that I got my neck guard in there because I'm not allowed to play without a neck guard. And then I put my pants in there last. Because pants go on first, and that's the easiest thing to get out. Jersey in, and that is ready to go, I think. That's going to get changed today. Hoping I can pick up some pink tape at the store. Secret? Put your hair tie there. Always have one then. Never forget a hair tie if it's on your hockey stick.
Are the nerves kicking in?
You asked that, but I don't know. I've been on the ice all 5 days this week, and I think it was after my skate last night, I was just like, oh, now it's grand final time. There's a little bit of nerves, but I don't think it's about the grand final. Yeah, it's not about the grand final. There is nerves, but it's not about the grand final. It's just, yeah, just wanting to play well. And just look good out there. That's all.
Have you been in grand finals before? In any sport?
Yeah, I have. I've played grand finals in tennis. I've played finals in tennis. I've quite a lot of times. In tennis, it's a lot different in that it's all individual, and so all the pressure's on you. And I think that kind of leaves me in good stead because I know I can handle that type of pressure. I think the nerves for me are a little bit more about my team and making sure that they get the good experience, because I know finals are really fun, and I played in so many of them as a kid, so many of them as a teenager, played in them at college as well, and it's just like they're really great days, and I think people don't necessarily take them in as they should, and they don't enjoy them as much, and I really hope the team does, because they're really fun. They're really good to look back on as well. That's what you told me.
What do you love about IceHQ?
I think IceHQ, it's this small venue, so everyone knows each other there. Everyone kind of looks after each other. Everyone knows the Zamboni driver. Everyone knows the people at the front. You walk in, they say hello to you. They ask you how you are. They really good people. It's really well laid out as well. Like stands right next to the rink, and I'm really excited for the redevelopment to come through. I think it's going to look really, really cool when they have a full-on stand there for the A-Dub. But yeah, I think it's the people at IceHQ that like really make it a really good rink. They could work on the ice though a little bit. Just saying.
Alright, just arrived at IceHQ. Amy's gone inside to get ready for the game. Cool little rink here, home of the Melbourne Ducks. The Australian Women's Ice Hockey League team plays out of this rink, and they'll be entering the competition for 2025-2026, which is really cool. But they are also looking to go into the Australian Ice Hockey League. So they're looking to get a men's team, the Melbourne Ducks, in the Australian Ice Hockey League. But a cool rink. Shout out to Ross and the crew here.
Highlighting joy. I think in the lead up to Trans Day visibility, with everything that's happening around the world at the moment, particularly attacks on trans people coming up to an election in Australia, we're seeing what's happening in the US and the UK. I think it's really important to show trans joy. I think that gets lost. We hear so much about trans people and misery and everything that's bad about being trans, but it's cool. Like I do stuff. I'm part of the community, and I want to show off myself, but I also want to show off this really amazing community in Melbourne that we have, that plays ice hockey, that is so welcoming, that is so lovely, and that we do generally enjoy it. And I think everyone here, they just have this love of this sport that I think if hockey was more accessible, it would absolutely be Australia's #1 sport. Just because of the camaraderie, the teammanship, the intensity of it, the love, all of that sort of stuff. And yeah, I want to show off what it's like being trans, but I really want to show off the community as well. I picked Southern Lights for a couple of reasons. So first, my best friend played for them. That's like the team that I went and watched, and she was goalie for them. I was like, that's really cool. That's a really cool team. I want to play for them because they're Penguins first and foremost. I love Penguins. Penguins are the best. So yeah, that was the first reason. Like they're Penguins. They've got rainbows. My best friend plays for them. And then they also had a development squad team as well, and I think that's really important. At the rec league that we play, they have a development league where you can go in, brand new player, basically never skated, and then you can learn how to play the game in that environment where it's safe. You're not gonna have anyone sort of judging you for falling over or making silly mistakes or passing to your opponent in front of the net, that type of stuff. And I think that's really, really important, and that's kind of why I chose them.
The grand final is finished. Unfortunately, Amy's team didn't get the win, a 2-0 loss. How are you feeling after the grand final?
A little bit sad, but I think at the same time we've just played our last game together, which I think is pretty cool. We grew quite a lot as a team over the year, and to be able to play a grand final was really amazing for the team. Yeah. I think I'm proud of the team, and I can't wait for next year. Moving up to Div 8 now, which is really sick. Jumping a division, so really excited for that.
Was there a highlight from the game?
I think there was a couple. I think we had some really good passes. I think for myself, defensively, I played really, really well. And there was a chance right at the end where I was on my back, nearly got the assist, but just missed out, unfortunately.
Is last message for people who are viewing, watching, if you have a last message for them?
Yeah, I think if you've enjoyed this, if you watch hockey, this is the first time you've seen hockey, give it a go. It's the best fun you'll ever have. Not gonna lie, it really has changed my life. It's basically my whole life now. But yeah, I highly recommend as soon as you can, just get on the ice, go for an ice skate down at O'Brien or out here at Ice HQ, and just have fun with it.
Support the trans community, like and subscribe to the channel. If you like this stuff, leave a comment, and we'll catch you next time.